Hello and welcome back. So in this point, I would actually want us to see how we can add what you call the stock status. So you should be getting something like reorder now, or the stock is okay, or low alert, something like that. But in this point, you actually realize that if we just use the if function as it is without actually attaching the VLOOKUP function, then we might not actually get the exact results. This is it. Let me actually show you. So if we just say in this point, the stock status is actually this. Let's say, for example, so if we just say is equivalent to if, yes, that is if this one here, yes, which is actually the current stock now, leave alone this one here. So this one is the most current because we actually said this current one minus the ones which you actually delivered, which are 10. So 2 that 4 minus 10, this one now is the current stock, so 224. So given that M22, so if we say if M22 is actually less than the reorder level, yes, then get me the result to be low stock, or get me the results to be okay, just like that. And then I close and hit enter on the keyboard. Now in this point, you'll actually realize that it's okay. Now what will actually happen if I change this one? Let's say, for example, I shift from L001 to P001, so P001, just like that. So you can now see that the stock status is actually telling me low stock. So in short, I should actually make a reorder. Now, I should actually make a reorder. Now let's actually check. This is actually P001, which is actually this one here. The reorder level should actually be 100. So the moment it actually hits 100 and below, it should actually be telling me low stock. But in this point, you actually see that it's already telling me low stock when the stock is actually 113. Yes, the stock is actually 113, but it's actually telling me low stock. Why? Because we never actually used the VLOOKUP. In this point, if I can double click here, you will actually realize that this M22 is actually still on L001. So M22 is still on L001. So if I double click like this, you'll actually realize that this is M22, yes, which is actually okay, but you'll actually realize that we are dealing with M11. M11 actually belongs to L001. It belongs to L001 because we never used the VLOOKUP function so that it can actually identify the reorder level for P001. So you have to actually use the VLOOKUP function so that you can identify the reorder level for P001 so that you can now identify if it will output low stock or okay. So in this point here, because our current stock is actually 113 and the reorder level is actually 100 for P001, we actually expected a result of okay. Yes, so let's actually see how we can use the if function plus the VLOOKUP function so that we can actually come up with a result of okay in this point here. So let's actually stay tuned. Now, before we actually do that, I will actually recommend you to follow this Excel YouTube channel so that we can grow the largest community on Excel analytics. You can also follow me on my X account. This is it at KVN Excel. So follow me on this X account so that you can also check more on daily tips and hacks. Now, let's go into using the VLOOKUP in this point here. So we'll actually say is equivalent to if the stock that we have after sale, which is actually this one here, the stock that we have after the sale, which is actually M22, if that stock is actually less than the reorder level, yes, so if this one now is less than the reorder level, then we should actually get the alert of low stock. Otherwise, get the alert of okay. So this is now where the VLOOKUP function comes in. So it's actually less than VLOOKUP. Yes, then you actually open it. My lookup value is actually there on G22, and the table array is actually the wall of this. That's actually my table array. Then the column index number. So this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. column 5 and column 6. So reorder level is actually on column 6 like that. Then I'm actually returning the exact match. So double click on the exact match like that, and you close the VLOOKUP function. So if M22, which is actually the stock after the sale, is actually less than the reorder level, so if 113 is actually less than 100, yes, so get me the result to be low stock like that, and you close the quotation. Otherwise, get me the result of okay. Just like that, close the quotation and you close the if function. In this case, you actually realize that 113, which is actually on M22, is greater than 100. Now hit enter on the keyboard. Now you can actually check that the result is okay. Now let's get back to L001. Now you can actually check that we have the stock after the sale to be 224. Yes. So now compare this 224 with the reorder level for L001. So for L001, the reorder level is actually 200. So 224 is actually greater than 200. So the stock is actually okay. Now, before we actually continue on before we actually continue on changing to H001, W001, I would actually want to recommend you to this point here. I will actually help you do those tasks. Yes, let's say for example, if you have a project, cloud in Excel that actually requires cloud in Excel, dashboards and charts, automation, pivot tables and models, Power BI, financial forecast, templates management. I'll actually do all this for you every month at just $550. That's a bargain, right? And if you also have the one-time task, for example, the AI-powered dashboard designs, $150, AI data analysis and insights, $200, AI automation and smart macros, $250, and AI enhanced Power BI reports, which actually got $300. I can still do the work for you quickly. So leave alone all the struggles. I will get you the work done quickly. Now, I can also design for you the templates. Let's say, for example, you need the ultimate business dashboard designs, personal finance templates, budget trackers, inventory management system templates, HR and payroll trackers, sales performance trackers, all those. I'll actually get you at these cheaper prices, $19, $12, $17. But still, I can actually design for you a template. But still, I can also design for you a template and manage it for you every month at just $50. Imagine. So just $50, I design for you a template and manage it for you. Now, the biggest bargain is actually here. So my website is actually down a bit, and there's something I'm actually working on it. So given that the website is actually down, the work must actually continue. So I will add you to my Google Drive account so that you will actually access all these courses. Imagine accessing all these courses at just $100. Yes. So at just $100, you will gain access to all these courses, and that access will actually be lifetime. So when I get back the site, that is when I get back the website, you won't actually lose your access. I will add you to the website so that you can actually continue accessing all these files. So remember, it's actually $100 and it's actually available for the very first 100 clients only. Now, for you to actually reach me out for the projects, for the templates and the courses and many more, this is actually my email. So email me and I'll actually be glad to text you back. Now, let's also test this for H001. So change the product ID to H001 and you will actually have low stock. So let's actually check. So for H001, the reorder level is actually 150 and the stock in this point is actually 101. So you can actually check that 101 is actually less than the reorder level, and it should actually get me the alert of low stock. So that's it. Now let's actually check more in the next coming video.